You're listening to the AdCast, the podcast for marketers and advertisers with your host, Eric Elliott.
All right, everybody, it's Eric. This is the AdCast. This is the Behind the Wheel edition. So if you hear the engine rev or others around me, just know that I'm recording this podcast right while I'm in my car, which you should appreciate because it's just raw, it's uncut, just giving you the truth. So today I started my day off with, someone who's in a particular industry. They were in the automotive industry, but this podcast isn't particularly for those who are in the automotive industry. It's kind of for everyone. And it's all about the idea and just getting there first, right? So we talked about just how technology has kind of changed some industries and how some people are just kind of late to get to the party. And it reminded me of something that happened to me this morning. So yesterday, my trash pickup was on Tuesday. So today, Wednesday, I pick up the trash can and move it to the back, and it was early. And so I just looked down the street. There was just no traffic. My can was the only one. And I started to think like, you know what? This is how it feels when you have an idea and you are either too early with your idea, no one's around, there's nothing there, or when you're too late getting on an idea and everyone's gone because they've been there. Or if you get the idea at the right time, then you'll see traffic. You'll see people going up and down the street if you wanted to kind of think about people, taking ideas and them driving up and down the street. But going back to what I was talking about ideas, it's almost like people in industries now, they are afraid to evolve because it's the way they've always done it. They don't want to change. They want to stay doing what they're doing now. And they feel like if they change something, it's going to have this significant risk. But instead of taking a risk on something that's new or something that's kind of almost ahead of its time, but it's right on time, or it's where the industry's going, you can really be left behind. Case in point, you see car dealers wherever you go. Big dealerships, Nissan, Ford, Toyota, all these places, right? And they all sell new and used cars, right? So they all sell new and used cars, and everyone knows that you make more profit in used cars than you do in a new car sale. But there's another dealership that specializes in used cars, and they make more margin than the dealers do. And that's CarMax. So, for example, CarMax will sell you a used vehicle, and if the dealer sells you a used vehicle, 9 times out of 10, CarMax is making more of a profit on that used vehicle sale than the dealer is. And when you go to CarMax, you're going there, you're not going to argue about the price, you're not going to haggle on what the price is. You're just basically going to find a car that you like, and you're going to choose your financing with the person right there, the no-pressure salesperson, and then you're done. They've made the process so easy. They've simplified the way that you can buy a car, right? So these guys have simplified the way that you can buy a car. People are still coming in, and sometimes they're selling more used cars or more used units, the way dealers call them, than a dealer is. No haggling, no arguing on price. They come in, select the vehicle, they choose their financing, and they're done. But at a dealer, it's an all-day process, right? Sometimes it may take long to pencil a deal, appraise a vehicle, so on and so forth. But what CarMax has done is they've taken the idea from the dealers, perfected the process, improved the experience, and now they can sell more than the car dealers can. Now just think about that. Imagine if someone came in the same industry that you're in, right? Changed the process, had a better experience, and they weren't afraid of the idea, And now they're winning. They are winning. And now car dealers, they can't catch up. And good luck, because now the market perception for car shoppers is that the dealer will rip you off. That's what they think. And I don't believe it's true that the dealers will rip you off. I mean, there's some really good dealers out there, but the perception's already there. I personally know friends and some neighbors who bought from places like Carvana and also CarMax. And what these people have done is they've taken what the dealers are doing and they've perfected a process. So now what does that mean for the positions that are inside of the dealership in the future? Like if you can go to CarMax and the sales associate who's helping you is the same one who's helping you with your financing. What is that going to mean for the dealership's finance people in the next 5 to 10 years? There's going to be a challenge for them to be able to justify having that person that normally makes a high salary that's sitting there doing the deal when a company like CarMax has simplified it, right? Or go to a Carvana. Now, let's just think about Carvana. Carvana, they have the car vending machine idea. You basically buy your car online and they deliver it. Why didn't dealers do that first? What's happening to the dealers now is the same thing that's happening to the taxi cab industry when Uber and Lyft are introduced into the markets. 15 years ago, if you had said, hey, I want you to get into a car with a stranger and go somewhere, you'd say, heck no, I would never do that. But we're doing that same thing today. We're getting in the cars with strangers and Ubers and Lyft, and we trust it more than we trust a taxi cab. So now the taxi cab people are doing the same thing that the automotive people didn't do. They didn't create the idea. They didn't get there first. They didn't get there early, and they definitely are late. So now any chances of some of the car people trying to revive what they're doing, it's going to be tough. And now the cab people, it's going to be the same thing. If I go into a new town, I'm going to pull up my phone, I'm going to do an Uber or a Lyft. I'm not calling a taxi cab, and I'm not going to wave one down. I think the only places you're going to see yellow taxi cabs is probably in New York City, but I'm sure that's even diminished with the rise in the popularity of Uber and Lyft. So what does that mean for you in your business and in your industry? Are you going to wait to get there, be scared to listen to the new idea or go with the new idea and be left behind? Or are you going to charge on? If it's already where your industry is going towards it, don't swim against the current. If you do, you could drown. This is the AdCast.
All right, that has been the latest episode of the AdCast. I want to thank you so much. And for people giving us their most valuable asset, which is their time. That's the one thing that money cannot buy. If you feel this podcast has been great and it's been a help to you, I'd like for you guys to be able to share it, tell your friends about it, and also share it on social media as well. And like we mentioned in the beginning of the show, you can listen to us anywhere. Apple, iHeart, Spotify, Stitcher. And you can also watch this podcast on YouTube. To catch up on past episodes, go to veryimportantplacement.com or follow us at VIP Marketing 1. This has been the AdCast.
Thank you for listening to the AdCast, the podcast for marketers and advertisers. Please be sure to subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever podcasts are found.